What is my relationship with time? Oh, that is a really good question. Okay, what is actually relationship with time? What's the relationship with time? A relation with time means like that ki how do you use your time, or how do you utilize your time, or how do you make your time is more productive, like how much are you like, are you making your time is productive or not? Okay, that is called, if you are not making your time productive for yourself, then you are wasting your time. If you are using your time to productivity, okay, improvement and everything, you are utilize your time. Okay, yeah. So what is actually my relation with time? Yeah, well, it's a first of all is that ki, let me ask bunch of questions to myself. Okay, yeah. Procrastination is a kind of like a something word that usually represent that key. How do I kind of like a somethingly like be lazy or something like that? If I'm being lazy, that means I'm doing a lot of procrastination. If I'm being not that lazy, then I'm not doing that procrastination. Procrastination means like that key, just not doing anything, just kind of like a wasting your time. Okay, yeah. Example like checking at your phone, watching bunch of reels and something like that. All right, yeah. So first of all, let's just talk through entire day of routine. Okay, then I will talk about what is actually my time and everything. All right, yeah. So usually I wake up early morning as 7:30 p.m. averagely. Okay, sometime 8 p.m. But in this winter, that's why I'm kind of like a lately waking up very late. But usually I wake up at 7 or 7:30 a.m. Okay, yeah. When I wake up, I have to do my breakfast. Okay, yeah. And usually I started doing my work at 9:30, but sometimes it get 10:32. I'm talking about average point of perspective, because sometimes na I have to do some sort of work at home, like mop the floor and something like that. So somehow it's just like I won't be able to start my work. Okay, but if I didn't really have any kind of like something work to do at my home, then probably it will take 9:30, okay, to start my work. Okay, yeah. So when I start doing my work, what is actually stuff that I do? First of all is that key, there is a couple of thing that I kind of like a promise myself that I have to upload 2 shots per day. Okay, yeah, 2 shots per day. So it's like basically in this particular photography, like basically I'm actually making content for the YouTube platform. My genre is a photography, Photoshop design, something like that. All right, yeah. So basically I'm creating such a content that really required a lot of things, like specifically creativity. Okay, thought process, inspiration, and sometimes some of the project will be failed too. Okay, yeah, like basically I took the photo and it didn't really meet the expectation that I want to be. So yeah, there's a lot of thing gonna happen. All right, yeah. But still it's just like that, like I'm not gonna talk about my entire work structure regarding about how I took the photo and everything. It's like that na ki, simple, in simple words. Okay, yeah, I took the photo. Okay, yeah. I try to edit the photo, try to be the kind of like a something, the expected result that I want to be. I try to achieve that thing with photography, with editing process, with everything. Sometimes some of the project doesn't really take that much amount of time. Sometimes some project is done within a hour. Okay, yeah, but sometimes some projects are really crazy. They took almost like a 4 5 6 hour to execute one project. Okay, yeah, depend upon the difficulty and everything. So yeah, sometimes I realize that I have lack of knowledge regarding about stuff and stuff, so I just need to know how this work and something like that, and then I execute such thing. Okay, do you get it? So these are kind of like a something stuff. So usually is this thing from 9:30 to almost like a 11:30, okay, or 12:30. Okay, till the lunch. Okay, usually I do lunch at the 1 p.m. Okay, usually I'm actually at the home, all my things that I do at the home. So basically this thing I'm doing my work. Then after the lunch, I'm kind of like a little bit of dizzy. Okay, yeah, like after I ate my lunch, I just can't focus on my work. Okay, when sometimes like a work is really priority, means like that he, like I haven't really uploaded any kind of like a content, then it's kind of like a something very important to me to kind of like a something like focus on content, upload as much as possible as it can, like even if I'm feel really dizzy. But if I kind of like do my stuff during the day, okay, then probably is this thing after the lunch I just kind of like something be relaxed. Okay, yeah, so I was bunch of kind of like something watching something documentary, something like videos regarding about informative video, like a Dhruv Rathi video, Nitish Rajput video, lot of like basically these are the kind of like some YouTube channel that I follow the most, and basically I consume the information that I get, lot of educational information. Okay, yeah, so these are the content that I'm following. Okay, and usually I watch this for almost like a half or maybe 1 hour, and then I went to sleep. Okay, yeah, I took 1 hour of sleep, and I'm very precisely I'm saying this thing because of that key I put the alarm. Okay, yeah, for 1 hour. That is called I this is called kind of like a simply power nap. Okay, yeah. Sometime it happened from 2:30 to 3:30, or kind of like a something 1:30, it depends on. Okay, yeah, but usually is this thing, my power nap is everything is done till 3:30 or 4 p.m. Okay. After I wake up at 4 p.m., like usually if I sleep at 3, so that means 4. So yeah, you get it, now. All right. So after 4 p.m., I kind of like something very fresh. Okay, yeah. Like basically, this is at that time my everything, all my intentions and kind of like basically focus, everything is on the peak. Okay, yeah. So on that period of time, I was kind of like a do my stuff. All right, yeah. As also, let me tell you one thing. I have to upload 2 shots per day, that I already mentioned. Okay. Uh, I usually prefer to be upload at least 1 shot before the workout. Yeah, basically this thing after the like at almost like a 6 p.m. I usually went to workout. So I prefer to be upload 1 shot during the day, and has also next shot, like basically next drill has to be kind of like a, like basically almost like a 50%. Like usually is this thing, if I'm gonna say that before the workout I have to complete almost like a 60 to 70% of the work. Okay, yeah, 60 to 70% of the work, and then rest of the work means like that key, like 35 to 40% of the work, yeah, I actually kind of like depends on after the workout. All right, yeah. But yeah, key like basically is this thing, I make sure that key before I went to workout, 70% of the work should supposed to be done, म्हणजे at least one reel, and kind of like a something the editing of the second reel and something like that. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a something I have to do it. Okay, yeah. Then at 6 p.m., 5:30 or 6 p.m., I went to workout. Okay. I usually run every day. Okay. 30-minute non-stop, and then I play badminton too. Usually takes almost like a 9 p.m. Yeah. Directly 9 p.m. And it took me almost like basically 3 hour for why 3 hour? Like why are you spending 3 hour of kind of like a something live for playing and something spending time? Well, is that thing like basically I'm not gonna say that 3 hour. It's kind of like a something just thing 2 hour for playing and everything. Okay. Then after that, I spend little bit time with my friend, and then I come home, and then after I came home, I kind of like a something took a bath and everything, and then I ate my dinner. Okay, yeah. So basically, is this thing till 9:30 or 9. Usually, I done with playing, came home, one kind of like a take a shower and had a dinner. Everything has to be done till 9:30 or 9 p.m. Alright, yeah. When this thing happened, then after that I record my artifact. Like this is the kind of like a stuff that you are actually hearing. It's called artifact. I usually record during the night after I ate the dinner. Okay, yeah. After I ate the dinner, I record artifact. Usually record the average time for recording artifact is half an hour. Okay, yeah. So at least kind of like a something like 10 p.m. my entire work is done. Entire means like that entire thing, like the workout and dinner and then record artifact is actually done till 10 p.m. And after the 10 p.m. I complete 30% of the work, 30 or 40% of the work, which is the remaining work. Okay, yeah, should supposed to be done. Okay, it will take almost like a 1:30 to 2 a.m. Okay, yeah, and then I went to sleep. Okay, yeah, and basically I went to sleep at almost like a 2 p.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. to 7:30. So that means I sleep almost like a 5 hour, five and a half an hour. Okay, and then 1 hour power nap to that means 6:30. Like basically 6 hour 30 minute. Okay, yeah. So this is how I kind of like assembly my routine. Okay. Routine. So I'm gonna talk about kind of like am I be punctual, like basically is this thing that key the things that you said, okay, you do it exactly on that period of time, or like basically there is a kind of like a something like 19-20 का फर्क. Okay, yeah. Well, it's not exactly precisely. No, like if I'm gonna say that ki, like I have to complete my dinner at 9:30, so basically it's not kind of like a something rule that I have to done all my dinner at 9:30. Sometimes things happen good, sometimes bad. Sometimes like I have to make the dinner. I have to eat a lot of things. Okay, yeah. It kind of like a something. Everything is not kind of like a precise. Okay, I'm kind of like a something overall average look about my routine. Okay, sometime like all those timing are flexible too. Okay, like basically during the day I haven't really done any work, and during the night I have to focus on every work. So this is also happened too. Okay, yeah, it is lot of stuff happened. All right, yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki am I be punctual? Well, I am, yeah, I am. Like basically, I am kind of like understanding about the importance of the time, and I follow the time. All right, yeah. Regarding about productivity, regarding about your work, do you kind of like a something be more focused? Yeah, there is a only one thing that I follow, even if kind of like a something I'm flexible with it all the time and everything. There is a two things, or there is a one thing that I'm literally consistent, and that is that key uploading content every single day, like a two shots, two reel per day, or at least one reel per day. But two reel per day, this is kind of like some target that I'm kind of like a think about, and I'm doing it every day. So yeah, it kind of like something really helped me a lot to be kind of like a something consistent and be more productivity. So yes, all right, yeah. So this is my kind of like a relation with time. All right, yeah. Am I good? I'm not really sure. But one thing for that, ki I give the important importance to the time. Okay. What about procrastination? Have you do procrastination? Well, watching bunch of kind of like a something educational video on the YouTube platform, I didn't really consider them as a procrastination. Okay, I get a lot of information through that thing, which is also really essential to me. Okay, yeah. Another thing, which kind of like a some activity should I call is procrastination? Yeah, like basically this thing scrolling through some sort of reels. Okay, yeah. I usually kind of like I said that ki I usually think that ki watching vertical videos is kind of like a equivalent to the wasting your time. Yeah, so I never really consider them ki it's a kind of like something very essential. Definitely not. It's very not. Okay, so I kind of like simply include this time is a procrastination. Have I done that? Have I kind of like a watched a bunch of vertical videos? Well, when I wake up, okay, at 7:30 or 7 a.m. Okay, yeah. I am kind of like a something looking at my statistic regarding about how many views that I get, how many subscribers that I get, how many comments and everything. This is, and I check all my social media like YouTube, Instagram. Okay, yeah, to how many things and how many like basically just check then. While during this process, I interact with kind of like a simply couple of something vertical videos. Okay, yeah. I watched them, yeah, definitely, but it's actually happened early morning. Okay, yeah, and basically I do those things till I get number two. Okay, yeah, like what's the number two? Number two means like that ki a potty, a shishi. Okay, yeah, like basically I have to make little bit of kind of like a some pressure to myself. So basically I'm kind of like a something just waiting to get the pressure, and after I get the pressure I just kind of like a drop my phone, and I release all those pressure. So till I get the pressure I utilize that time to do little bit of procrastination. Okay, yeah. Is it bad? Well, probably is this thing when I'm try to create that kind of like a something pressure, I shouldn't supposed to do any of those. Okay, yeah. There is only one thing that I don't know. Yeah, I like. Is it procrastination? Yeah, and I willing to do that procrastination on that period of time. Okay, yeah. Uh, then after that, have I do any kind of like assembly procrastination, like watching vertical videos? Not intentionally. Yeah, like intentionally I do procrastination or early morning when I kind of like something just wake up and waiting for the pressure to generate and something like that. Okay, yeah. uh, but then rest of the day I haven't really done any kind of like assembly procrastination intentionally. Yeah, I'm literally putting the gravity into the word as intentionally. What's the intentionally? All right, yeah, example. So basically, you went to the wedding or you went to such a place where you can't do any kind of like a productive work. Okay, yeah, like a wedding or any kind of like a something some event or something like that. Okay, yeah. So in that period of time, there is a two thing that I do. Okay, watching kind of like educational video on the YouTube platform like Hurati or everything. Sorry. Okay, like I utilize that period of time like when I went to the wedding or event I kind of like utilize that time to kind of like learn something new. Okay, because I can't do anything at all. I can't, like I am kind of like a something obligated by my parents because they told me to go there, something like that. All right, yeah. If that kind of like a something period of time takes too much time, like basically I am stuck at such a event where it takes almost like a 2 3 4 hour, so I kind of like spend that time to watch some sort of web series. Okay, yeah. uh then basically is this thing, I watch bunch of vertical videos too during this period of time. Okay, but not less, sorry, not much, very less. Okay, yeah. uh, Let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah. I usually consume very less vertical videos content. Okay, why is this thing? Because of that ki I don't really have Instagram app. Okay, yeah. Like I access Instagram from Chrome browser, which kind of like a simply prevent me to not to watch any vertical videos. Okay, yeah. Which is really great. It kind of like a improve my kind of like how much use how much I use Instagram, so it's really good. Okay, yeah. But what about YouTube? YouTube has a vertical video too, and you have a YouTube app. So how you do that? How you deal with that? Well, in my YouTube platform, okay, yeah, I'm actually thinking that na कि YouTube algorithm is a kind of like a something far more better than Instagram algorithm. Okay, yeah. Why? Uh, in YouTube algorithm I'm kind of like a find out various kind of like a content regarding about people that they upload. Okay, yeah. Like basically like creativity, painting, photography. I usually kind of like a follow up those kind of like a content on the YouTube platform. So basically is this thing, YouTube is actually recommend kind of like a such a content which is kind of like a something related with my niche. Okay, yeah. Which kind of like a something really help me to understand, to get inspired, something like that. Okay, and sometime I will get kind of like a something fun video too, like a fun video, funny video, dance video. I like that too. Okay, yeah. I didn't really spend that much time on vertical video, but usually when I went to spend a little bit time on the vertical video, I prefer to be YouTube, because YouTube algorithm is YouTube feed or YouTube recommendation is kind of like a something little bit of user friendly for me. Okay, yeah. In other hand, Instagram is filled with lot of poisonous. Maybe I am that kind of like a only person. Because of that ki I haven't really used that much Instagram. Okay, yeah, yeah, I just upload my content on the Instagram, but I haven't really used that much Instagram. Okay, yeah. And as also, when I use Instagram, it kind of like a recommend me naked girl, bikini girl, something like that. And it's not really good. Okay, yeah. Basically is this thing, I am kind of like simply decided to not to do masturbate for like a 7 days or 7 days of gap. Okay, yeah. So this kind of like something break my cycle. So I usually kind of like a something just stay away from that particular thing. So I never really kind of like a consume that much Instagram. Okay, yeah. But YouTube is really good, really good. Okay, yeah. So like like this is your relation with what you with your time. Yeah. So okay, yeah, like yeah, this is kind of like some relation with my time. Okay, yeah. So there is a kind of like a couple of pointers are here. Okay, I'm gonna go through that. Okay. Perception of time, like a subjective experience or mindfulness or rushing. How do you precisive or passage of your time? Does it feels like files by, or does it seems to be drag on? Reflect how, I don't know what exactly is this mean. Time management. Do I do time management? Well, in individual level I do. Okay, yeah. But as I mentioned that key, my time is a little bit flexible because of that key. Like because of my work and everything is little flexible. Okay, I'm like basically I am kind of like a living at home and kind of like a doing the stuff that I like. Okay, yeah. But if I'm kind of like a relate with the, such a organization or such a kind of like a something routine or such a kind of like a something that key people are looked up for me, and then at that particular period of time I kind of like a really required me to put emphasis on the time management, and then I will definitely will. Okay, yeah. But at this moment, my time management is I have, but it is little bit of flexible. All right, yeah. Balance and boundaries. Okay, work life balance and saying no. Well, do you do that? Let's talk about work life balance. Okay, do you have any work life balance? Well, I work means like that. He like, let me tell you one thing. I choose such a kind of like a something like job or such a kind of like a something work which is doesn't feel like a job. Which kind of like, yeah, it doesn't feel like job. It's a kind of like a things that ki I love to do this thing, and it kind of like a something help me to improve, understand, and everything. Okay, it's not kind of like a something such a thing just, no, it's not. Okay. So I love doing this stuff. So I never really consider that it's a kind of like a something just a typical job that I do. It's kind of like something very hard. No. Yeah, sometimes I do procrastinate. Yeah. I accept that thing, but I never really consider that key it's kind of like a something hectic for me. Okay, yeah. And regarding about my life is also really good. Yeah, like I'm actually living with my parents, so all my relatives and friends are up here. I kind of like have opportunity or have privilege with the spending time with the people around me. So it's good, it's great. My work life balance is really good. Okay, yeah. Then saying no, like do I say no to the people? Well, saying no, what's an saying no? Saying no means like that na ki sometimes it is really essential when you try to do some sort of work. People are kind of like something abrupt you and kind of like telling you to do those things, do that thing, and in that particular situation you drop your work and do their work. Okay, yeah. So in that particular period of time, do you say no to them? Well, I sometimes I say no, sometimes I say not. Okay, yeah. It depends. First of all, is that key, if my parents are asked me to do some sort of thing, I will definitely have to do those thing. I don't know, it's a kind of like a something is this thing, it's a important or something. I don't know, but I usually kind of like consider them. It's a kind of like a priority list. Okay, yeah. Because I am living under my parents roof, so probably I have to do such a thing. All right, yeah. But regarding about friends and something, then I would kind of like a say a little bit say no to them. Okay, yeah. But still is this thing that do I have kind of like a saying no 100%? Well, probably 50-50%, like a 50% I say no to the people, and 50% I might gonna say. I kind of like something understand the gravity of it too. Okay, yeah. Because of that, key example is this thing. If some of the friend are kind of like a gathering and kind of like a something, they are kind of like a invite me to come here, then would you go? I would definitely go, because in that period of time, spending moment with that friend is kind of like something very essential rather than doing a work. Okay, yeah. In some cases, because like right now, all my friends are really scattered, and if all those people are gathered at the same time, it's a really important moment, and I don't want to kind of like a waste that moment. Or no, like basically relationship is also really important to me as a friend relationship and everything. Okay, and I wanted to part of them too. Okay, yeah. So definitely on that period of time, I would not say no, and I will kind of like spending time with those people. Okay, yeah. But still, is this thing saying no to the people? Uh, uh, Probably is this thing that ki I don't know. Okay, yeah. Do I have any kind of like a something really that ki um, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I say no, sometimes I say yes, sometimes it it lot of things. Okay, it depends on the gravity of the emotions and people and time and everything. So yeah, time as a rescue, like a value your time or investing your experience. Have you do that? Yes, yeah. Value your time. What's the value your time? All right, yeah. uh okay, so value your time means like that ki, like value means like that putting the importance of your time. Okay, yeah. So do you consider your time is important? Yeah. Do you kind of like put that much gravity of importance into that thing? Yes, I do. Okay, yeah. But is this thing, the value of the time is not that thing. The value of the time means like that ki, okay, example. Okay, yeah. You are 30. Okay, I am 30. Okay, I'm 31 by the way. And I have a lot of energy. Okay, I have a lot of kind of like a something patience, and kind of like a something that ki understanding about my life and everything. So yeah, let me tell you one thing. In my entire period of lifetime, this is the kind of like a some period of time. Like this is the kind of like a something early 30s, वगैरह. Okay, yeah, or early, like late 20s or early 30s. It's kind of like a something do or die situation. In that particular situation, you are kind of like a do such a work that kind of like a boost you, or kind of like a something impact on your life. Okay, or getting a job or something like that. Okay, yeah. And you have to make a lot of kind of like something really very impactful decision for your entire period of lifetime. Alright, yeah. So in that particular situation, whatever the time that you are investing, it kind of like impact on rest of the period of lifetime. So do you use your time to kind of like a something make better for yourself today and as also tomorrow? Am I doing it that? Yes. And I'm very confidently say that ki yes. Okay, yeah. Let me example to you. Okay, yeah. There is a couple of my friend, I wanted to mention couple of people. Okay, yeah. Who are kind of like doing a job in a particular company. Okay, yeah. They are kind of like equivalent to the as the same age of mine. Okay, yeah. But is this thing that they are doing a job, they are getting little bit of money, but it's kind of like a something temporary solution. Okay, yeah. If I wanted to build up my future, if I wanted to earn little bit, earn money good as amount of that, so what should I supposed to do? I have to kind of like do such a work which is kind of like a something valuable in the future, or kind of like a something important. Okay, yeah. Or kind of like a something that key, something really that key, like example is this thing. I could do 8 hours of work, 10 hours of work, or maybe 12 hour of work. Okay, yeah, because I have this kind of like a, some energy and attention and everything. Yeah, because my age is almost like a late 20s or early 30s वगैरह. You could say that I could do that. Okay, yeah. But what if can you do the same thing after you cross 50 or 60? Would you do that? Would you kind of like do that particular thing? Would you kind of like spend 8 hours or 10 hours of time on the company, on everything? Would you do that? Well, I hardly say no, because of that ki when the time goes by, you are lack of energy, you are lack of kind of like a lot of things too. Okay, yeah. people don't really kind of like consider that. Okay, people usually consider them a kind of like a something, just a temporary solution, like what is actually best for me to right now and just doing it that. Okay, yeah, I don't really worry about the future and that's it. And that is kind of like a something very wrong, because after will they get kind of like a something that particular age, they will not have that much amount of money they want to be, and they are kind of like a spending lot of time and effort and everything. After they cross 50, 60, they just can't cope up with this thing. Okay, yeah. Instead of me, okay, yeah, I am doing such a work which is temporary. I'm not earning any money. Okay, yeah, I'm putting a lot of work and everything, but right now I'm not earning any kind of like a something money. Okay, yeah. But after a couple of year, my work, like the work that I'm creating right now, it will gonna earn money in the future. Okay, yeah. And that is really essential thing for me. Okay, yeah. So in the future I will not have to put that much emphasis on the work and attention and everything. Like my previously work is let me earn money in the future. Okay, yeah. And this is stuff that I do. YouTube is a kind of like a something like that. Okay, or business is kind of like a something is saying that ki you are putting a lot of effort your business at the early stages, and after the business will start grow, that's it. You don't have to do anything at all. You're just like, you can earn money through the money and that's it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I am that kind of like a something person. Okay, yeah. Is this thing I am believe in long term goal. I believe that ki what kind of like a something stuff that I do to make my life, make my future as better. It doesn't mean that ki I won't be able to do any kind of like a work after I cross 40 or 60. No, but it's just like that na ki after I cross 50 or 60, I won't have that kind of like a simply hassle of kind of like a doing a work and not having any money and something like that. Like my father, like everyone does it. Okay, yeah. Like my father is kind of like a spending all his life on doing his work, and basically right now he's good. Like he was kind of like a some government employee, so everything is really cover up. But right now things are really, situation are really fucked up here. Okay, yeah. Because getting government job is kind of like a something very kind of like just a kind of like a something just very hard to get government job. Okay, yeah. If you don't really get government job, that means you don't really get any pension, you don't really get any securities, you don't really get any kind of like a health securities, nothing really at all. Okay, you will get the money at the moment, but in the future this will not gonna work out. Okay, yeah. So you have to save the money by yourself and everything, like all the securities that you have to do by yourself. Okay, yeah. And sometime it good, sometime it bad, sometime it's okay, yeah. Because the subsidy, the everything that you get from the government is kind of like a something far more little bit better than the personal things. Okay, yeah, but it depends on you, it depends on how you kind of like handle your money and something like that. But still what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, ki in this generation, I'm talking about 2024, the people are doing this private job and something like that. It's kind of like something far more danger. No, it's not far more danger. It's up to them. Okay, yeah, it's up to them that ki how they utilize their money. Okay, yeah. Because in the end the company is actually giving them money, they are not actually giving them any kind of like a something like just a something really the benefit of the subsidies and healthcare subsidies, nothing really at all. They just giving in such a money that ki you just have to do it by yourself, like regarding about health, regarding about your pension, regarding about money, regarding about financial situation, everything you have to do it by yourself. Is it bad? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Like basically in my father generation everything has to be done by the government, like basically the investment and everything and all the pension schemes and everything is actually done by the government. As an employee shouldn't supposed to worry about that, and they just have to put all the effort and everything on the present situation. But at this moment things are changed. Okay, yeah. Like yeah, simultaneously you just have to put all the efforts and energy in the present work too, but as also you also kind of like try to understand the every possible result, what will gonna happen in the future. So you have to prepare for that future too. And not only just prepare, you just kind of like prepare for money sources, where it money came from. If the health is kind of like a something problem, then how do we supposed to figure it out, that health problem and something like that. It's a lot of thing. Okay, it's a lot of thing. Okay, yeah. So important thing is that ki, how do you kind of like somebody value your time in that particular situation. Okay, yeah, if you're kind of like a somebody value your time at the late 20s or early 30s or something like that, then might be you're gonna end up something really good. Okay, yeah, because after you cross 50, 60, then you might not have to do something really lot of effort to do earning that much amount of money, and basically your work and money will earn money in the future a lot. Okay, yeah. But if you are doing kind of like a something constant money getting means like that a private job getting almost like a 20,000 per month, and after you cross 40 you will get 20 and maybe 25 you or maybe 30 or that's it. Okay, yeah, then your growth is a kind of like a almost like a 0.1% or just 0.5%. Okay, yeah. So it's a very big thing. Okay, yeah, it's entire new topic about that value your time means like that how do you value. Is it bad? Is it something that you should supposed to be recommend to the everyone? No, it's not. Okay, yeah. Because of that, the government and private company does really require a kind of like some people to build up that thing and everything, and for that particular people they really require people. Okay, yeah. And if the everyone is kind of like a value their time, then who would do the kind of like some labor work? Okay, yeah. What's a labor work? Do you understand? A labor work means like that ki just 9 to 5 job and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. Like, do you kind of like something criticizing their work, like a criticizing? You are kind of like a discriminating that, na? Ki like, like basically you are kind of like a something just earn lot of money in the future, so you will kind of like a discriminating that ki 9 to 5 job are kind of like a really worse. No, not no, no. I'm not discriminating this thing. Is this thing? It's a I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's a very subjective thing, dude. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like somebody that ki how do you looked up your life. Okay, yeah, if you think that ki you are kind of like a something life, or you are kind of like a something after you cross 50 you will earn lot of money without getting lot of work in that particular period of time. You have to do business, you have to do kind of like a such a work that kind of like a put lot of energy into present situation. But after you build up your business, after you build up everything, your portfolio, everything, then after that you will not gonna hassle regarding about money, regarding about things, you will earn money a lot. So would you consider them ki everyone should supposed to do business? No, not at all, not at all. Okay, yeah. Like yeah, if multiple people are actually doing a business, like it's really good. Yeah. But I usually prefer to be kind of like a I don't know. Okay, yeah. For me, what is exactly kind of like a something motto of my life, I kind of like a something prefer to kind of like a something giving the job instead of doing a job. Okay, yeah. Like basically I have to give the job to the people, not I should supposed to be get the job for myself. Okay, yeah. So I am that kind of like a mentality of the people. So yeah. All right, yeah. And it's kind of like somebody helped me to build up the community, build up kind of like a better community, as also kind of like a build up my future, build up my better future too. Okay, yeah. So it depend on situation, it depend on you, it depend on personal. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a somebody represent the value of your time, like how do you kind of like a somebody emphasize on the time, then how do you value them. So yeah, reflection and growth, culture and social influence, embracing change. All right, so these are kind of like a something relationship with my time. Okay, yeah. I do kind of like a consider that I do kind of like emphasize the importance of the time, and I'm putting a lot of effort to make my time as good as possible as I can. So yeah, I'm doing it. All right, yeah. So this is it, and thank you.